Two encounters, two lessons in authority gone sideways. First, armed citizens in Tennessee stand firm on the Second Amendment. Then, a driver gets pulled over by an officer who can't seem to stick to one story. These moments show how policy gets weaponized when cops forget the Constitution they swore to uphold. Watch, this is where things start to unravel fast.
Hey,
You are
Officer Buffer, Franklin Police
Buffer.
Department.
Okay.
So we're here to make sure that you guys, obviously you guys can open carry, but you cannot have any ammunition in your rifles.
Okay.
Okay, you have
Okay.
ammunition on rifles? You were explained this by Sergeant Mullins this morning on the phone. Do we have ammunition on rifles?
Let me ask you something. Does the Second Amendment protect the right to carry an unloaded gun?
Did our sergeant instruct you this morning on the protocol for today?
Does the Second Amendment trump what your sergeant says?
Okay, so here's the thing. He explained to you, right, today, what he was asking of you. Right? You have the right to bear arms, right? Your handgun and whatnot.
The right to bear arms
Correct.
unloaded? Are you kidding? 232 years of this. No, no more. Okay? No.
You have ID on you?
Not today.
You have ID on you?
Not today.
You don't have ID on you.
I'm saying leave us alone, please.
Do you have ID on
Look, our rights are not negotiable. You took an oath, and we expect you to uphold it.
Thank you. Really, do you like to sit on the street on a peaceful day like this?
You know, we as long as they're unloaded.
With your handguns, they are allowed to be loaded, but with long
Do you think the
guns,
Second Amendment applies to pistols only?
with long guns in the state of Tennessee, they are not allowed.
Do you think the Second Amendment applies to pistols
long
only?
guns in the state of Tennessee?
Are you familiar with Bruen?
Right out the gate, the officer orders the men not to have ammunition in their rifles, but she never cites a law, just policy. That's a red flag because policy isn't law unless it's backed by statute. When an officer relies on orders instead of articulating actual legal authority, that's ego, not enforcement. And here's why it matters. Ignorance of rights doesn't make them disappear. But wait till you hear how she doubles down.
Are you familiar with Bruen? Bruen versus
Unless you are hunting, you cannot have
Okay.
a loaded rifle.
the Bruen Supreme Court decision.
Okay, I'm letting you know Tennessee law.
Okay. The Supreme Court trumps that. The Second Amendment trumps that. Okay. 232 years of Second Amendment.
Actually, a friend.
I'm just going to get out of people's way here.
Obviously, we're having people call. We wouldn't be
I understand.
here
They're
without
gonna call, right?
without people.
Yeah, yeah. This isn't my first time here.
People about their Second Amendment rights. That's perfectly fine. I'm letting you know what Tennessee law says. You are not allowed to have a long gun that is loaded unless it's for the purpose of hunting or something of that matter. Handguns, perfectly fine to be loaded carrying on your person. Long guns, you can't have it.
Okay. So,
This is
Tennessee
lawful to
law,
carry,
Tennessee law states that you can't have it loaded. Okay?
but it's lawful to carry.
Lawful to carry, lawful to have it, you just cannot have it loaded. That's
all right.
Say
So,
Tennessee, we're Tennessee law officers.
the Second Amendment, which you swore an oath to protect and uphold, trumps Tennessee law. A law that is repugnant to the Constitution is null and void. The Supreme Court has ruled on it in Heller, McDonald, and now Bruen. That's 3 Supreme Court decisions. We don't even need the Supreme Court. We all know what the Second Amendment means. You know what it means. It doesn't mean unloaded guns. It doesn't mean pistols. Not many people had pistols back then. They were very expensive. Everybody had long guns. The purpose of the Second Amendment is to be able to fight for your freedom in case the government goes bad. You guys are the government, don't go bad. Okay?
The officer insists Tennessee bans loaded long guns in public, except for hunting. The citizen fires back. The Second Amendment trumps state law. He's passionate and right to demand lawful reasoning. What we don't hear is probable cause or reasonable suspicion, only discomfort with armed citizens. That's how lawful activity gets recast as a problem. This isn't de-escalation, it's control, and it leads to a bold constitutional lecture she wasn't ready for.
Okay.
I'm not
Protect-
here to
protect-
talk about the limitations of the Second Amendment or the dichotomy of that,
Yeah.
what happened back then versus what we have now versus what they
It
meant
didn't
then
change.
versus
Second
what
Amendment-
they meant now, and I understand part of the
Second Amendment didn't change. People died. Hey, this is Memorial Day. People died for these rights.
You're
Okay.
scaring people because you already have it. And it's
They just got to get used to it. Freedom is scary. They got to deal with it.
It's fine for you to have long guns. We're saying it's fine for you guys to be out here with your long guns. They cannot be loaded though.
Okay.
Our sergeant's on his way
Nobody
to
was
clarify
saying
everything.
that it was. Nobody
fine.
was having any fear of that. We're out here just educating people. We're not posing a threat.
Let me ask you this: are we being detained right now?
I'm just
We're speaking with you.
Are we being
Right now,
detained?
you're kind of on a
As of
weird
right
line.
now,
Am I
we're
detained?
speaking with
The
you.
only way you're
Okay.
going to verify
Hey, guys.
what you want them to
Guys.
find out is to violate.
Hey guys, we're not being
Kind of
detained, so let's just
kind of
go.
a standstill.
You guys want to go? Let's go to the courthouse. We'll go to the courthouse. You guys are welcome to join us.
It's amazing how we still have cops who don't know our basic rights. And now, watch how this female officer is willing to say anything just to enforce her ego.
Andrew Nelson, common spelling.
I know Officer Russo.
Perfect. He's retired.
Yeah. I mean,
I asked you why you
live
pulled
in
me
town.
over.
You were doing a 40 and a 30. so
No, I
you're
wasn't.
speeding.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, so I got my body cam that goes back 30 seconds. when I
Your
pulled
your
you
body
over.
cam, is it calibrated properly?
My body cam?
Yes. When was it calibrated?
It was actually calibrated a few days ago.
Okay, great.
So this is your registration and your insurance? It's both? Is that what it is?
I gave you my registration, my license.
Okay. So I need your insurance as well.
When asked if they're being detained, the officer fumbles, "We're just speaking." That's the tell. A consensual talk becomes a trap the second it turns into compelled compliance. Under the Fourth Amendment, you're free to walk away unless they have cause to stop you. He knows that and leaves. Why it matters? Because the phrase, "you're free to go," separates freedom from unlawful detention. But the next clip shows a new officer who takes control to an Olympic level.
Insurance as well.
You can find that with your database. Thank
No,
you.
you're required to carry
I'm not required to carry my insurance. No, thank you.
in the state of
Ma'am,
Connecticut, you're
ma'am,
required to carry it. If you don't,
I'm
you
a
don't
Massachusetts
have
driver. I do
insurance.
not have to provide
You
my
do.
insurance to you.
So the fine for not having insurance.
Then
is
find me, write my
is
ticket, thank you, and I'll be
$500.
on my way. Thank you.
Okay, so you're saying you don't have insurance. You're not,
Did I say that?
you don't have insurance.
Or are you assuming?
Do you have proof of insurance?
No.
The proof is on you to provide it.
The proof is right there when you look up myself on my data on your database. Ma'am, you're harassing me.
Am I harassing you? Or
Yes, yes, you are. Yeah, I asked you why you pulled me over. It took you 5 times to answer me.
Right.
I was doing 40 and a 30, and
Yeah.
you found it on your body cam.
Well, it's actually synced to my.
You were tailing me, and I was following the
We were
traffic.
just following other cars.
Ma'am?
So you should have stopped
Ma'am,
on the other.
issue me a ticket for
we
speeding, ma'am?
I just got out of an hospital for a double bypass on my heart.
Oh, wow.
We stopped at CVS, yes, to get meds. We pull out of the parking lot.
What's your
You
name and badge number?
You turn around and you start following.
What is
us.
your name and badge number?
I mean, we didn't do anything.
Are you
Can
refusing to
can
ID,
we
ma'am?
please go home. I live in Litchfield.
What is your name and
I'm
badge
asking,
number?
He's my
It's on
stepson.
my uniform.
What
He's
is your
my
name
step-
and badge number? You're
No,
required to tell
listen,
me.
listen,
Yes, you are.
Andrew,
What if I
Andrew,
have a reading issue?
Andrew.
Okay, I'll get you.
Your name and badge number,
Andrew,
please.
Andrew.
Are you refusing to ID as a
Andrew,
police officer?
Andrew, you gotta stop.
Name and badge number.
You gotta
Name
stop.
and badge number.
So I'll be right back with your stuff.
Name
All
and
right?
badge number.
Hang on, hang
Name
tight
and
for me,
badge
okay?
number.
Yeah. So.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
Sergeant McAlpin,
McAlpin.
State Police Troop L.
Thank you.
How you doing today?
Thank you for
All right.
identifying. How
Yep.
are you?
How are you?
Fine.
Yeah.
I'm just curious why we're
Now a new scene, and it's chaos. A female officer cites speeding, then reckless driving, then a 911 caller. 3 explanations, 0 consistency. That's how credibility collapses. The driver demands badge numbers, a lawful request, but gets stonewalled until a sergeant intervenes. Here's the heart of the issue. Guessing isn't grounds for a stop. Without clear probable cause, it's harassment wrapped in paperwork. Watching her flounder here feels like déjà vu, policy over evidence again. The cliffhanger? she still isn't done writing tickets.
Why we were pulled over.
You were being pulled over for reckless driving, passing cars, and when driving erratically.
That's not what that officer told us.
When?
We pulled out of
We just pulled the CVS. We were going home.
Okay.
When? Reckless driving?
That's not
Oh,
what
no,
you said,
no,
man. That's not what you
You
said.
say
You
what?
said speeding.
Yeah.
Sorry, you wouldn't. That's why I pulled you over, was for the speeding.
Oh,
There
and
was
now
no
it's
speeding.
reckless
There was no
driving?
speeding.
And now I got to go with him then. I'm from Litchfield.
Okay.
And I was telling him,
Yep.
I
let's
just
be
picked him
nice.
up.
Let me finish. Let's be nice
One
with these
person
guys.
talk at a time.
I am
Excuse me.
done.
No, we
I'm
can
done.
talk
I'm
whenever we
done.
want.
Okay,
One
I was
person,
done.
okay?
Let's be nice
Yep.
because I live in Litchfield.
Okay.
And now you come here
Yep.
with this story of reckless driving, and now I'm not going to go for it. So what is the next
Your
step?
vehicle was spotted
What
recklessly
did-
driving in the town of Litchfield. That's why you were stopped.
What?
Yes.
What did you say?
By who? Did somebody report
Yes,
reckless
a
driving?
reporter called 911.
What's
Yes.
what's the name of
Yeah.
that?
You don't have to have a name.
Yes, I do.
what?
No, you don't. No, you
So
don't.
so you should talk to them.
We are talking to him right now, as we speak. Okay.
Our vehicle
okay.
was
Yeah.
spotted where?
Yeah.
Reckless driving.
Reckless driving. Yes.
Where?
In the
We
town of
haven't been in
202.
Litchfield. We came from Farmington.
Okay.
We came from the hospital. He just had a
Hospital.
stent put
We
into
went to
his
CVS.
heart.
They closed at 6 o'clock.
You might have the
we
wrong
pulled out
vehicle.
of CVS. She pulled in, and we just were deciding to go to the pizza place or go home.
Okay.
What reckless are you talking about? So you know what? Take us to jail.
I'm not taking anybody to jail right now.
And now this guy is shit because I just got out of the freaking hospital.
Calm down.
With the double
Calm down.
bypass.
Calm down,
That's fine.
please.
That's fine.
We're
okay?
picking up his
All right?
medication
Okay.
from CVS.
Okay.
There was no reckless driving. We weren't in the town of Litchfield.
We were talking
traveled
about the
up
pizza,
Route
not pizza.
202.
Okay.
So that's a mistake.
Okay.
So you talked to that party that called you.
Okay.
Now, that lady said she pulled me over
Yep.
for speeding, which is impossible because I was behind vehicles traveling from CVS up this street. So now,
How fast were you
Ma-
traveling, sir?
She piles on an insurance violation even though he's a Massachusetts driver. He calmly reminds her policy isn't law. He's right. Each state decides its own proof of insurance rules. If she tows without valid authority, that's a Fourth Amendment problem, unreasonable seizure of property. Here's what should happen next: internal review and a public records request to verify the stop report. This is why knowing the difference between lawful orders and bluffed demands keeps you safe and free to stand tall. Freedom is scary, he said. Turns out, for some officers, it really is.
Traveling, sir.
I don't know. I was traveling with the flow of traffic.
Well-
She was on my ass.
She was.
How fast was she traveling?
She was tailing you to see if you were
Tailing me?
driving. Yes.
Okay, she said she recorded my speed on her body cam.
Show us,
I have it
show
on
us the
video.
video
I
that-
have it
Show
on
us
video.
the video that records
So
driving.
I'd like to
and
be
take
on
us
my
to
way.
jail.
I'd like to be on my way.
This shit's
Get in
gonna
the car
stop.
right now. Okay.
All right, do it.
I'd like to be on my way.
Don't have insurance? No on the insurance? Yes or no? So it's up to you to provide proof. And here's the deal. So here in Connecticut, we tow for no insurance and we write tickets for no insurance. So if you have it, you have it. Wonderful. If not, you're kind of tying my hands here. I'm giving you the option.
Yeah, I don't have proof of insurance. We're not required to carry it, and we can travel through states without carrying it.
Okay. So
Can you state the law that says I need proof of insurance?
it'll be on your infraction. Okay.
Sure.
So no insurance.
No, I didn't say no insurance. I said I don't have to provide it.
Do you have fucking insurance?
Of course.
Why don't you give it to them?
It's just they don't
If
give
they
me
tow
pieces
your
of paper.
fucking car, what are you gonna do? Sue them?
Which is my right.
Get out of here.
Which is my right
This,
for.
I've got
What is the
license.
infraction
It's
for?
here in the
She's
envelope
explaining
for
it to you, sir.
She's not explaining it. She's telling me the directions about how to fill the citation. I asked her what the infraction was
I
for.
explained to you before I walked back. There's for failure to carry
You-
insurance, failure to carry your
Failure to carry
and for
insurance.
speeding.
Okay. I'll see you in court.
There's that. Just
Thank you.
Time before we pull back in, okay? People are
I don't need your directives.
All right.
Have a nice
Good
day.
night.
Thank you.
All right.
Nice day.
It was a
Okay,
mistake.
have a good day.
I didn't tell. It was a mistake.
Okay. Well, the call came to the barracks for an erratic driving. Okay, that's what we had. to do,
But you,
okay?
but she could have. It was
That-
unnecessary.
she lied.
No,
She
hold
told
on.
me
But
she
you
pulled
gotta
me
shut
over
up for a
for
second
speeding.
now.
Let me talk to
You
you.
got to believe me. We was in town. Well, this was so unnecessary.
Okay.
He didn't do anything wrong. I'm
Okay.
being with them.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
We went to the pharmacy. If you got the call, she could have told us. All this was so unnecessary.
Okay.
He has a behavior. He deals with things different than me.
Okay.
But
I
all this,
understand.
we have to admit
Yep.
that all this was unnecessary.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay.
And
I'm
there
not
was no
required to
need
carry
for it.
insurance here.
All right. But anyway, all
Okay,
right. She
all right.
got the paperwork.
Yep,
Thank you.
all right,
Have a
well,
great
I'm
day.
gonna
Take
pull
care,
out.
guys.
Is that okay?
Take care, guy.
Two encounters, same disease, misplaced authority. In both cases, citizens stayed calm, cited the law, and walked away stronger. That's the real takeaway. Rights only live if we exercise them. So record everything. Know your limits and theirs. And tell me, if this happened to you, would you file a complaint or go straight for a FOIA? This video provides transformative commentary and legal analysis of publicly available police audit footage for education, critique, and accountability under fair use, 17 U.S.C. Section 107.